Welcome to the Pro Bricky exclusive YouTube channel with Reverend Dr. Jason W. Morrison, theologist, also known as Pro Bricky, from the Pro Bricky Next Generation Facebook page if you want to see our work. We just get into some stuff to try and help guys think a little bit differently, more positively for women. It doesn't sound like it, but it is. It helps you understand them, which will help them to appreciate that you understand them a little bit better. Let's see.
So I wanted to come on here today and talk to the women, the middle-aged women. I'm 51. All of my kids are grown and out of the house. I started at a very young age, but I'm trying to find who I am now. I've always been mom. I've been mom since I was 20, and divorced, no kids at home, and I'm just trying to find out who I am. I've been on this journey. I mean, the past 3 years have been really challenging.
Okay, so she's been single for 3 years.
And I don't know, 2023 has been pretty good so far. I have a lot of ideas and of things I want to do.
Guys, I just want to say, don't say to me that she's not old. This woman's old, man. Come on.
And so I'm looking for women to connect with on here, or potentially, in person, that are going through the same thing. I'm on a journey. I'm on a spiritual journey. I've been meditating every day. I'm going deep within, inner work, all this inner work, which has just been really so incredible for me. And I know there's other women out.
Guys, I just want to say, why wasn't she doing this inner work all along? Right? We work on ourselves daily in our house. If you're on drugs and alcohol and all that other stuff and you think you're doing inner work, you're not. You're absolutely not. It's about being the best version of yourself that you can be. You can tell this woman's pretty well straight. I think there's, she's doing well. But our scripture for today is, excuse me guys, the plans of the godly are just. The advice of the wicked is treacherous, and that's why a lot of parents shouldn't listen to their children when they're in relationships, because the children are going to come out of bias, a DNA bias, particularly for these mothers. The beauty of my mother was she had her love for us, but she damn well never let us interfere in her relationships. Man, I've had 3, 4, half a dozen women that just cannot navigate their children navigate them, and I've just fucking learnt to go, after a certain amount of time, I'm sorry, but this is just abusive, and it is, and it's sad. And the poor old, you see the women making so much progress for themselves, like this woman's talking about, and the next thing you've got to go, I'm sorry, I just can't tolerate the evil that's been projected towards me, and the poor buggers just default back to where they were before you come along, if you're offering them anything good. And it really makes me sad, because you become attached, but oh goodness me, it's all about resolve and unresolved. This woman's trying to resolve herself, and she wants like-minded people to help her with that.
Women out there that are lost. And I'm pretty new on this journey, so I'm not saying I know everything, but I know what I've done so far that's gotten me to where I'm at. And I'm pretty excited about my future right now. I mean, I've got a long ways to go with what I want to do, but I mean, I want to connect with women that are going through the same thing, or, that are just now going through a divorce, are divorced, children.
Well, guys, she must be isolated, because 80% of marriages are ending in divorce now. Don't worry, she's going to get swamped with people that'll help get alongside her and probably stuff her up. The plans of good people are just. The advice of wicked people is treacherous. You want to be careful who you listen to, man. I'm just putting this out there. You make of it what you will. I'm just trying to show you what these women are going through. They're all alone. They're getting opportunities for love. They're not able to manage it. They're fucking it up left, right, and centre. They're stuffing it up. If people don't want to hang around with them too long because they start manifesting all sorts of unworthy attitudes and kinds of behavior. Gosh, guys, honestly.
Children are out of the house, or, even if you have children still at home and you're just, there's something more out there.
I'll tell you something right now, guys. There's no more out there for these women than their original family. Once you come out of that original family, you're back to zero. I've built relationships with women from 0 to 90, only to watch them go back slowly to 50, and then, no, you can go back to 0. And she looks, I don't know if she's medicated or not, but she does look a little bit starry-eyed. She's a bit gazy. I noticed this a bit earlier in this TikTok.
I want to build a community. I really, truly want to build a community. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a coach. But I feel drawn, and I feel like I'm meant to do something. I feel like I can help so many people with my story, and
I'd like to know what a story is. I'll have a little bit of a look around at the end of this, guys.
Stuff that I've gone through, and me coming out of it, being okay. Like I said, I'm new on this journey, but it's so incredible, and I really would love to connect with other women that would like to talk, just talk. And
this woman's going to meet a bloke. 100% going to meet a bloke. You watch this.
Figure this little thing called life out together. I know it's a
little thing called life, guys. It's absolutely massive and not to be played with.
That's going to last forever.
No, it's not.
But there's ways to get through it to make it easier. And I just want to enjoy my life.
So obviously she's not fully enjoying her life now.
Enjoy the second half of my life.
It's not the second half of her life. It's the last part of her life. Once you hit 50, guys, it's very fragile from there on in.
I mean, I have so much energy and so many ideas, and I just want to share it with people.
We'll see, won't we, guys? We'll see. I'll see what I can find. Guys, I just want to warn you, I went and had a bit of a look-see, and it's, hold on to your horses, guys. It's not good. The plans of the godly are just. The advice of the wicked is treacherous. Guys, just be ready for this.
I'm literally the best person I know. I talk to myself all the time. I hang out with myself all the time. Like, seriously. I'm literally the best person I know. I talk to myself all the time. I hang out with myself all the time. Like, seriously.
Guys, I don't know how you would describe that, but that is not, to me, a very stable person. Subscribe, ring the bell, like and share the video, comment if you like. Okay, I got one more of this Renita. We'll see what's going on, guys.
This question came up and I honestly cannot even answer it. I mean, my idea of a soulmate, I have no idea. I just got out of a long-term relationship over 7 years, and I desperately wanted this person to be my soulmate. Even though there were so many things that were wrong, I still wanted it. I did, but I didn't. I did, but I didn't.
Well, I wonder what was wrong. Was she kicking above her weight? Was the man... What was wrong? I'd love to know. Like, I really would love to know. Because it makes me think about my last relationship. What was actually fucking wrong? I'll tell you what was wrong. Interferences. Sheer and utter fucking stupid interferences that she didn't want to deal with. Shit she didn't want to deal with.
But I didn't, right? We are no longer together, obviously, and it's still really new to me, so I'm still getting over this person.
She's not healed, man. She's in trauma. This poor woman's in trauma, man.
This whole situation, and my heart is still really raw from it.
100%.
But I have to dig down deep within me and figure out myself. You know, I've always been the
This
type.
is the thing, guys. I always say to the ladies that come into my life, don't leave this relationship saying that I lost myself. It's not fair on the person that you've been with. The plans of the godly are just, the advice of the wicked is treacherous. Proverbs 12:5. This idea that you lose yourself in a relationship, that is absolute offensive crap. You shouldn't have to lose yourself in a relationship. What's going on for that to happen? What sort of control are you putting yourself under?
That I've looked for someone to fill a void for me, I guess, and I need to be able to do that for myself.
No, there is a place inside us that is meant for somebody else to fill. Okay, there's absolutely a place inside us that is meant for somebody else to share in and for us to share with them. But it's not as easy as you think. There's a whole complex of things that come out of manifestations that come out of the union between you and a person that you might not expect, that you might not even, and they develop and change into different dynamics as the relationship goes along. That's why relationships don't always end the way that you would like, because a lot of people just don't know how to navigate themselves in a way in which continues to maintain the value for the relationship. See, there's too many people that don't understand the deep inner workings of their soul and spirit.
I don't know how that's going to happen. It's really scary to think about being alone for such a long time.
And the thing, guys, there's the key word. There's the key word. Alone. That's who. You've got to accept that you are on your own, no matter whether you're with somebody or not. You're on your own. I'm telling you, especially when you get to our age and this lady's age and they've got children and they're not on their own. They think they are, but they're not. They fall back on their children and all this other stuff, unless they've buggered things up with their children. But no, a lot of men are on their own, but these women, single mothers, they're not on their own.
Because I know it's going to be a long process for me to learn how to be happy with myself and to love myself.
And that's the problem, see. I don't understand why these people are all mangled up with themselves. By the time you get to that age, if you haven't sorted yourself out and know where you're at, you're never going to. You might find a deeper meaning to things. But to really understand yourself, you've got to look in the mirror and start resolving the immaturities and things that need to be resolved, the damages that life's done to you.
Which is something I have never been able to do. So I am a huge work in progress right now. But this question came up, what's my idea of a soulmate? I honestly don't know. But I don't know why I'm on here saying this other than I know.
Yes, I'll tell you why, guys. Listen to me. Like millions of other women that are over 50 that have gone back to zero in their sexual marketplace value, zero, if not into the negative. This is what life does to them. The plans of the godly are just. The advice of the wicked is treacherous. A lot of them have received the wrong advice. A lot of them have listened to the wrong things. A lot of them have been robbed by their husbands through drink and all the rest of it. They've robbed themselves through drugs and medications. But for the most part, it's usually not a lack of love. It's just where they end up in limbo.
No, I'm not alone. I know people are out there looking.
Okay, so she just said, I know I'm not alone. Well, why is she saying she is alone? This is the contradictory part and way in which they are.
Or someone to help fill a void, or and that's not the right way to do it. If you can't be happy with yourself.
No, this is not true, guys. If you meet the right person, or somebody that's willing to work in with you in a relationship, it can actually help you heal. Okay, so she's on the back foot before she starts. A lot of people meet people and it actually helps them heal. Okay, if my last fucking 3 or 4 women have gone away saying I didn't help them heal, then that's their bad luck, because they had issues that I couldn't cope with.
How can you be happy with someone else, right? If you're not happy.
It's easy, guys. It's a matter of working through things and facing the issues, confronting them and resolving them. If you're not prepared to resolve them, this is where you end up. Can't you see this is all unresolved? It's all unresolved. She doesn't know what to do.
About who you are. If you don't love yourself, how can you love someone else and give them your all?
Oh, 100% you can. I've been fucking down in the gutter, owed hundreds of thousands of dollars, had to scrape my way out of the deepest, darkest debt from builders that haven't paid, and being brought through that by the person that I've been with. I think these people want permanency in relationships. Sometimes it's just your turn with that person, and you've got to accept that and go, okay, well, that person's done. Not that that's what you want, but sometimes people have just gone as far as they can with you, and that's it. This is really crazy, man.
You have to be the best version of yourself to be able to.
Man, what does that mean? The best version of yourself is somebody that's willing to resolve the issues. Does she look like someone that's willing to do that? She's trying to find a way, but it doesn't look like she's 100% sure of what that is.
To be in a healthy relationship.
Guys, to be in a healthy... Far out, man. To be in a healthy relationship is to face the things that don't suit you, that need to be fixed, to keep the relationship together, that produces intimacy and happiness. If somebody's frustrated by unresolved and you're not prepared to deal with it, what do you want them to do? What do you want them to do? Just go along for the ride? No, man. It's all of our responsibility to be self-aware and self-introspective and self-accountable and responsible, where it's legitimate, to make a relationship that works in a way in which intimacy and togetherness and forwardness is produced.
Now, that doesn't mean the person that you get into this healthy relationship is going to be like perfect, or, they could have their flaws that they can hide well, right? So,
but the thing is, it's a matter of facing them and resolving them. And if the person doesn't want to do that, you've got to go. I'm sorry, you just got to go. You've got to go and they've got to go. You're wasting your time, because people that don't resolve things are going to do something wrong and bad, and then everyone's going to be messed up.
So there's definitely a chance of, even though you're healed, you could still, weirdly enough, attract the wrong kind of person, because they're still out there and they're able to be sneaky and disguise who they truly are. But
she's talking about people that don't want to resolve things that'll make relationships work. That's what the meaning of all this narcissism and all this is are people that are not prepared, or on the end of someone that's not prepared to work through things.
Anyway, this question came up and I don't know how to answer the question, so I don't know.
So she's as lost as you can get. She's in limbo. Good looking bird, but as lost as you can get. And who'd want to end up there? An empty shell, not sure about anything. Guys, honestly, they're talking about do the work, be the best version of yourself. I even talk about that, but I'm very careful in the way that I do, because I'll tell you why. You can be the best version of yourself ever, but if you can't resolve what needs to be resolved, you're wasting your time. It's as simple as that. This is Reverend Dr. Jason W. Morrison, theologist, on the Probe Ricky exclusive YouTube channel, otherwise known as Probe Ricky, from Probe Ricky Next Generation on Facebook. I'll catch you on the next one, guys.